Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the week show brings you all the important news and information on Path of Exile. And first up, on the 5th of April, PoE was showcased on the Games Done Quick channel, which is a very nice thing for the game and for the racing community as well, to be recognized on such a high level as the Games Done Quick. And well, pretty much thanks to Brittleknee and a couple other streamers and community racers, they were able to demonstrate some strategies in Act 1, 3 and 5, which is still not a full playthrough, but it is undoubtedly a very nice step. Also, if you haven't had the chance to see it, because GGG actually posted about this on the same day, so understandably not everyone had the time to see the news before actually the stream happened. So yeah, it should be uploaded at a later date on the Game Done Quick YouTube channel, maybe on the VOD, I'm not sure about that though. Also, Ritual is ending on the 12th of April, which is pretty much tomorrow, so if you haven't had the chance to finish your challenges, definitely be sure to do so during this weekend, because you will not have another chance. And well, the new league starts on next Friday, so there's gonna be a very low and brief downtime period where you can basically plan your builds and see all of the new stuff that are going to be implemented in the Ultimatum League, which was pretty much live streamed for all of the announcement on Thursday the 8th, and well, it was pretty much 2 hours of a very awesome stream. And well, if you haven't had the chance to check it out there, definitely do so with all of the announcement which we're gonna take a look at. Of course, there are all the usual like sites and news outlets, but honestly I don't even look at those anymore. And well, you can just look at these at the main page here, and you can go and check the VOD if that's still available on Twitch for what happened on Thursday. But anyway, basically, the new league, which we already know is called Ultimatum, is gonna be to some extent similar to Ritual, as you will find this guy that is the Trial Master. He's an emissary of the Chaos God, pretty much, or an entity called Chaos, not even a god, it's just Chaos itself. And you fight within a circle that you can actually get out of slow, and at a certain point when you kill the monsters you are faced with this screen, and it's like you either walk away with these rewards that you've gained right now and encounter ends, or you risk it all to get even more rewards. However, you will have to add one of these 3 trials, so-called, to increase the difficulty of the monsters and most likely risk your life and risk all of the rewards. So that it's basically a risk it all and get as far as you can to get whatever you want and then just opt out. Of course, if you're playing a hardcore league, this is gonna be much more brutal, but that's obviously how it all is. And well, in the end game there are going to be inscribed ultimatums where basically you're required, for example, this one requires an Exalted Orb as an offering to start it, and it rewards double the sacrifice currency, so you are gonna get 2 Exalted Orbs if you're able to complete it. This one, for example, requires 4 the Nurse cards, which are pretty valuable, and it rewards 8 of these cards. So rewards can be pretty big, but the challenges, as you can see, are definitely going to be a lot, and only the strongest builds, as usual, will be able to make it. So if you want to go this far, probably just play whatever meta skill is going to be there. Also, there's going to be new unique items. Some of these are amazing, like this one is 6 keystones all in one item, and well, one is new, so we don't even know what that does, and it's gonna be a very nice piece of work to make it actually work. And honestly, I really like these items because these are definitely build defining items. This one as well, putting your chaos resistance to 0, is going to be definitely really interesting to see if people can actually make it work in a build, or well, it's just straight up impossible because any chaos damage will definitely destroy you. And as news, the Valve Reliquary has been brought to the game. The Reliquary keys are definitely very, very rare, that's what they did. Although they will contain only Valve-themed unique items, but as you can see, you will have your foiled items if you are lucky enough to get one of these keys. There's also new skills, some of those are active, like the Blood Tendrils and Reap. Some of those are buffs, like one that adds corrupting blood to your hits pretty much, so you stack it onto the enemies, which is incredible and totally very strong. I mean, how is that even going to be balanced? I don't know. And several supports, and all of these skills are centered on the fact that it's a Val expansion, so they are all blood centered, so all the skills just directly cost blood instead of mana, which honestly are gonna make them really strong. I feel like, especially for some very tanky characters going full life. And Val skills has also been rebalanced, most likely in damage, but something about the souls gained from unique enemies has been increased, so I feel like the rise of Val skills permanently active might actually come once again, as they have already had their time. There's also been a lot of improvement to rewards, so first up, normal monsters doing acts have had a better drop table, where people used to farm like Piety and Dominus back when Act 3 was the latest or the farthest you could go into the game, and the cruel and merciless difficulties were still there. And now, well, maybe GGG wants people to do some of that, even just players that don't really get to maps usually. Also, the Orb of Bindings and these new Iolite rings have been added to the pool. And there's this new Veiled Chaos Orb, where basically it's just a Chaos Orb, but it also adds a Veiled modifier, which honestly I feel like it's gonna be very much worth it for the people that want to farm Veiled items, but don't really want to engage so much into the Betrayal content, so you can just spam this Chaos Orb and unveil things, if that's how it's gonna work, but it feels like it. Also, there's gonna be improvements, for example, to the labyrinth, and these are pretty big. For example, when you get to enchant your helmet, you will have a choice of 3 specific enchantments, and you can choose which one you prefer. So that already is pretty big. Another very big thing is the fact that consuming an offering to the goddess on the map device opens the portal directly to a random trial. So that's the same thing they did with the corrupted areas and the sacrifice fragments. These have been added to the Offering of the Goddess, and this is amazing. I mean, pretty much everyone that just likes the game and plays through maps, not sleeping on tier 1 and choose, will have this problem where they get to level 95 and they still do not have their latest Ascension because they couldn't find the trials, and they didn't really bother to just sit into a Discord on in all chat waiting for someone to like give their trials. So yeah, this is going to be really amazing, and finally some improvement to the Labyrinth, which, I mean, looked cool at the beginning, but to most people is just a very annoying thing. And there's also new unique items coming from the Labyrinth as well. There's also a new unique item coming from the Mastermind, which can be really strong or really shit, depending on how lucky you are with the unveils of those mods. Also, when you slay the Mastermind, all of the members will drop their rewards 1 tier higher than their current tier. So if they are tier 3, they actually added a 4th tier of rewards. So these are definitely going to be really strong and really interesting, and a lot of work to actually plan your things. So, well, if you didn't like it before, I feel like you are not going to like it now anyway. But if you did that before, it's definitely been improved a lot. And Perandus also have been rebalanced a little bit, and you can purchase a wider range of items for Cadivo. Essences are generally stronger, allowing Screaming Essences to reroll rare items. And there's new Abyss Things, which includes Abyss Scarabs, which is definitely pretty nice. A big improvement has been made to the Incursion. Well, beside being buffed overall, is the fact that you can actually put your finished temple into an item and do it later or trade it. So this is definitely really nice. And well, one thing happened to Beastcrafts, and is the fact that beside adding new mods, which are definitely going to be good, it is no longer possible to imprint items that have been split, because this item will be marked as split and will basically be corrupted as far as Beastcrafting, the imprinting specifically will go. So yeah, that's definitely something that had to be done because it was a little bit stronger. Cassia and her Blight has been improved as well, with new incubators, and well, there's a new catalyst for critical, which is pretty good, and there's new corrupted blighted maps, which can actually drop a tainted oil, and this tainted oil can be used when anointing an item to anoint a corrupted amulet, and these, well, they should also work with corrupted rings, I guess. And this is definitely gonna be really, really strong. And due to this, I feel like a very funny thing is that Talisman has been nerfed. Basically, it used to come, the latest leaks, Talisman used to drop well rolled and with a good anointment. Now they're not gonna drop so well rolled because you can actually change the anointment, which on one side it makes sense, on the other is just like beating a dead horse. Talisman is pretty funny, and it was pretty funny to see Chris actually announce this nerf on livestream on Thursday. So yeah, definitely check that out if you can, because it was a pretty nice moment and chat really went wild there. Also, Ritual obviously has become a core game mechanic. There's no need for it to not be, and it spawns on about 8% of the maps, which is also the new game-wide rate standard for past leagues. Previously it was between 10 and 20%, but there are way too many things in the game now, so it only makes sense that it's put down to 8%. And, well, Aziv is also being improved. The Splendor Garb has been improved with a +1 level to all Vol skill gems, which is, well, pretty damn nice, and I feel like it's gonna be amazing this league. And also these new unique items with a new skill triggering between Flames of Judgment and Storm of Judgment, which are pretty much their own skills. And depending on how this works, I feel like this is definitely gonna be a build enabling item, and, well, looks pretty strong to me, so we'll have to see if that actually is really strong or not. I mean, depending if it drops on Aziri or actually Uber Aziri, and that will make a difference. We also got, of course, a look at Path of Exile 2 with a second trailer, which obviously was amazing, and a second gameplay walkthrough, actually pretty long and definitely very interesting, so highly recommended to check that out, where we saw Spears, a new item, which honestly it's used like a javelin, so it's much more like a javelin as a spears. We kind of have spears in the game. Two-handed axes are pretty much spears, to be fair, even though they don't really stab, but that's beyond what we care about. And also crossbows. Both spears and crossbow, as you can see, grant specific skills. And also remember that now you can have like six linked skills, or even way more than 6, but every skill you're gonna have in Path of Exile 2 can be 6 linked, so, well, these skills do not take out anything of what you can have, so, well, it's pretty amazing, look good, definitely need some improvements, but I mean, GG is working on it, and the game is definitely not coming out this year, as they said, so definitely the progress that they're making are absolutely good. And lastly, well, of course, they're gonna put out new supporter packs, so if you want to support GG, this is definitely the best chance you have at doing it, while also gaining back the most points yourself. So supporter packs, as always, are pretty nice, and, well, if you want to support GG, again, definitely the way to go. Yeah, I guess that was all for this week. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So that was all. I've been your host Zorzo, and I'll see you guys the next time.